example is you hear God as a first person from within you.
Yes.
A very personalized relationship. It's kind of I want to call it Jesus Christ faith.
Okay.
If you have ever noticed the way that he expresses himself always in the history, right? That it's written of his life, it's always, my father does this. My father and I, my father, and although he understood it to be his own consciousness existing outside of time, and he understood it was himself, he always had a one-on-one personal relationship with that innermost being that he cannot see.
Right. Those are code words for the same thing.
Yes, exactly.
They put it, like you said, it's allegorical. So they didn't say,
yes.
well, I can see myself. They couldn't handle that, so make a story.
Yes, yes, exactly.
All right.
And our heart, a lot of times we don't realize, but our heart actually has little brain sensory neurons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We actually have 3 brains. The other one's in our gut. The gut has the same exact thing. That's why the gut can actually predict our diseases if we're not careful. They've actually been able to discover, based on our what's going on in our gut, who's going to develop ALS, for example. Like, okay. it's that intense how many brains we have. We have 3 of them, which is pretty fascinating.
Now, when you say that makes me ask the question, brain, I mean, those are centers of cognition, centers of knowledge. So there's different types of brains, but they serve a very important purpose.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And so our heart connected with our mind becomes a super mind outside of space and time.
So now you have these gifts. If more people had these gifts, how do you see the playing field?
The world?
Yeah.
I see it the way it's been written. See, it's been written, everyone will return to this point of awareness in themselves. And when they do, the fight will be over, and everything that they do will be as a result of serving themselves. But, they're off the karmic wheel. It's a very different design when because you're not worried about survival. You're not worried about competition. You don't care what the other person's doing in that sense. You're going to partner with them, but you're not, if they decide to go their own separate way and do their own thing, no problem. It doesn't affect your own prosperity. And so as such, the world becomes the golden age that we're predestined for, you could say.
So now, the planet's speeding up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You've noticed.
Huh?
You've noticed.
That's why everyone think, they'll just last year's gone already,
Yes.
Is that due to the fact that we're in a binary solar system?
I would think so. I think the speeding up itself is our own awareness, since we're not aware of this, but space and time do come from us. They are man-made constructs. The truth is, everything is already made. Our vessel itself is an eternal vessel that travels in and out of time based on the choices it's making. But time and space itself are man-made illusions that we use to rationalize and measure what's the all is now moment.
Right, that's true. And then too, like the doctrine of as above, so below, right?
Yes, yes. So it's kind of, if you can picture everything already. I'm so sorry, I'm just connecting my phone. My battery started to die.
Okay.
If you can figure that everything is already made, then we're not technically making anything. We're just raising our vibration in order to see beyond what we know.
Right. So now the golden age is, well, now if the human species is elevating in consciousness, then we often speak of the days in Egypt and before Egypt, how they were doing things that were allegedly superior to what we're doing now.
They were more connected.
Okay, but so was that a golden age?
You could say yes, it is. We go through these peaks and valleys, but yes, it was the golden age. Absolutely, we've had many actually, even ones that are not in our history books.
Well, his story doesn't put everything in his story.
That's right.
So now we have these peaks and valleys, but they're also going in a spiraling process, I would think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And what you'll notice is the correlation of the speeding up of time with the correlation of our awareness coming full circle and speeding up as well. But to say all time is now, the truth is 600 years from now exists. We are not perceptually conceiving ourselves there. And
Right.
we can't even fathom 600 years into the future. So we're not there in that moment. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist, which is why we created the space-time illusion, so we can interact in the everything.
I had a vision once a number of years ago,
Yes.
100,000 years ago.
Okay.
I said, wow, I could see it. I was there.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yes.
But now let's get back to the today. Like here we have the nation today in America anyway is polarized.
Yes.
How do you explain
Because
that?
we ourselves are polarized.
Oh, no doubt.
We ourselves are polarized. It's actually written into the story. Now, what we have to understand is the stories themselves are written for our own advancement, but we don't realize this. So the story of, for example, Hagar, where one child is born into slavery, you can say that until we realize that we are not our body, we are all born into that slavery.
Okay.
Even though it's